What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NFL DFS contenders on FanDuel for Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman, only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Let me know in the comments section who's your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. And finally, shout out to No House Advantage, being the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up at No House Advantage. Get yourself a little bit of extra cash on that first deposit. Now, we round out the bottom of my top 10 with Kenneth Gainwell, Cedric Wilson, Jalen Reagor, Miles Sanders, and Devontae Smith on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, we've got Amari Cooper. He is 13K, projected for about 15 fantasy points. It's a really nice matchup against Philly. They're the number 17 defense according to PFF. There's a 51.5 point game total, and the Cowboys are slight favorites. He goes for north of 25 fantasy points, a little over 13% of the time. 11% gets him to the MVP. 31% of the time, he's the optimal flex play. He's actually ahead of CeeDee Lamb on DraftKings, but he's behind him here. Either way, you can't go wrong taking either guy. Next up at number 4, we've got 12K Ezekiel Elliott, projected for 14 fantasy points. Same pretty nice matchup against the Eagles here. 8% chance to go for north of 25. Only a 4% chance to go to the optimal MVP spot. I'll probably be pretty light on Zeke there, but a 40% likelihood to be optimal in the flex. He makes up enough of it in that flex spot to be able to pass Amari Cooper and get into that 4 hole. It's really difficult to sift through Lamb, Zeke, and Cooper. You probably need one of those 3 guys no matter what. There's a decent chance you need 2. Picking who's who, I think, is basically a coin flip. You just want to pay very close attention to projected ownership. And at 12,500, CeeDee Lamb makes his appearance in the number 3 spot, projected for a little over 15 fantasy points, so you can see why this is happening. Another tasty matchup against the Eagles. I don't know what else to say. It's the same for Zeke. It's the same for Cooper. 18% likelihood that he goes for north of 25. 11% chance that he's the optimal MVP. So significantly more frequently than Zeke, but just 36% at flex. So what he gives up at the flex, he picks up in bunches at the MVP spot. If I'm picking anybody out of these 3 main guys from the Cowboys that aren't Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb is at the tip of the spear right now. And at number 2, we've got Dak Prescott. So the Cowboys go 2, 3, 4, 5. Dak is 16K, projected for 22.5. He goes for north of 25 fantasy points 37% of the time. You get him as the optimal MVP 27% of the time, but he's also showing up in the flex spot another 39. That gets him to 66. He's very clearly on a different tier. The 2 quarterbacks are on their own tier. Dak gets edged out a little bit, but both these guys are well ahead of the Lamb, Elliott, Cooper trio for sure. I mean, we're talking about Dak being 20% higher than CeeDee Lamb. You got to go to Dak a lot. He's in the optimal 2/3 of the time. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, like button, subscribe to the channel, notification bell, head to Twitter, follow me at Josh Engleman, comment section, favorite contender, least favorite contender, somebody that you thought was going to be on this list that isn't here, and what up, No House Advantage? Thank you for sponsoring this video. $16,500 Jalen Hurts is my number 1 contender for today, projected for 22.7 fantasy points. Gets to take on a Dallas defense that is really not very good and hasn't gotten any better in the past 2 weeks. 51.5 point game total looks good. You'd like the Eagles to get out in front. Maybe you get a little bit more from Hurts on the ground, but either way, he is my number 1 play. 41% of the time, Hurts can be north of 25 fantasy points. 37% likelihood he's the optimal MVP. That is a big time number. You get another 32 at flex. Add those numbers together, 69% chance Jalen Hurts is in the optimal lineup. I'll let you guys tell me how awesome it is that Jalen Hurts is at number 1 with that particular optimal number. Either way, Jalen Hurts is the number 1 contender for tonight's game. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NFL DFS contenders on FanDuel for Monday Night Football, Eagles, and Cowboys. DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere, so make sure you check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Keep your eyes peeled for my updates. I will be back again Thursday for another edition of the Contenders.